So SoFi stock broke under $8 earlier today, guys. I think it was at about 9:50, 10 a.m. on the East Coast. We hit $7.71. And since that point, which is good, we have seen a relief rally, but the stock is still down about 4.5%, down 37 cents, which is not the best sign. So we're going to break down the charts in this video, do a quick update, talk about what I'm looking to do. But before we actually do that, don't forget to get your free share of C3AI stock plus 5 more stocks from Moomoo, link down below. That's just with a $100 deposit, and if you guys fund your account with at least $1,000, you get 10 more stocks on top of those 6 stocks, and fund your account with at least $5,000 on top of all the stocks you already got. You also get a free share of either Tesla or Google stock guaranteed, which I know is freaking crazy. Check out the details, link down below, and of course, that is an affiliate link. I appreciate you guys as always, and now cheers, let's dive into it. So again, SoFi stock broke under $8 per share earlier today, and again, it's since seen a relief rally, which is nice, but the fact that we broke into the sevens is not so nice, especially when you're looking at this from a bullish perspective, at least in the very short term, right? And of course, we'll break down all the time frames here to get a better perspective on SoFi stock. So make sure you guys stick on throughout this video. So the low yesterday was around 840, 850, which we were holding that, I believe, for a couple of days, right? Let me actually pull up the 5-day. Yeah, for 1, 2, 3 days, SoFi stock was holding the mid-8s, which was great. And today, guys, well, we completely broke through that point. And actually, we broke through that point in the aftermarket hours yesterday. You guys can see if I pull up the intraday chart here yesterday, and mind you, yesterday we actually closed on a downswing. We started selling off at about 3 p.m. right around power hour, and we sold off from 863 down to about 850. Then in the aftermarket, it completely collapsed down to 825, which kind of bled into today, right? That led into today, and we saw the sell-off from 820 in the pre-market down to around 790. That's where we opened, and if I zoom in a little bit here, we popped a little bit to about $8.10 at open in the first 5, 6, 7 minutes of trading, and clearly that did not last long at all. At about 9:40 a.m. on the East Coast, we sold off from 810 down to 770, which was a pretty big move in a short amount of time, 5% sell-off in about 24 minutes, and from that point, we got the relief rally, and here we are right now, which, mind you guys, we're looking pretty decent in the very short term, I guess, from the bullish perspective because of this relief rally. But one thing worth mentioning is we're still under 850. We're well under that point, which is now a major resistance. So for the bulls to gain any control back in the very, very short term, we have to break over 830 to 850. So I'm going to set 2 alerts right now. I have many alerts already set. I think 2 more on this stock, but I'll put 2 more right now. I'll put one at 830, mark is at or above, and this is mostly for the short term, right? Mainly for the next couple of hours, and for Monday, we'll see how that goes. I'll put one at 830, and I'll put another one at 850, mark is at or above. So we'll see where SoFi stock could go in the short term if it breaks out of there. I mean, I think that's where the bulls could gain more momentum on this. And pulling up the 20-day chart, you guys can now see we're starting to slip under the moving averages on this time frame, which is not the best sign for the bulls. Now we're getting a death cross as well, and now with today's move, not only are we taking out the lows from yesterday, but also the lows from the 20th of this month, which I believe was on Tuesday, right? Yeah, Tuesday we held about $8.10 in the morning, and we consolidated, like I said, at 850, 840 for a couple of days, and now we're starting to sell off again, taking out the lows from yesterday, a couple of days before, and from Tuesday as well, right? So not the best sign, and again, we broke back into the 7s this morning, and on the 4-hour chart, if I pull this up, guys, and actually, wait, before we do that, on the 20-day chart, doesn't it look like we have a head and shoulders in the making here? That's what I'm seeing. I don't know about you guys, but let me show you here. If I get the oval tool out, the circle tool, whatever you want to call it, we have the left shoulder right here. You guys see that? We have the head right here, boom, and the right shoulder is right here. You guys see that, right? And here on the 20-day chart, like I said, now we're getting a death cross. We're under the moving averages. And, well, if this right shoulder plays out, it could be seeing some more red. Maybe SoFi comes down a little bit more, lower sevens, mid sevens. I don't know. Time will tell. And pulling up the 4-hour chart, you guys probably remember we talked about the different scenarios that could play out, right? We talked about how if we held $8.15 to $8.50, which was the high from back in February and also the high from August, we talked about how maybe we could get a relief rally, right? Which is still potentially in the cards. But we also talked about how if we were to fall back into the sevens, we could start making our way down to the 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart, which is in the mid sixes actually. And I'm not saying for sure it's going to go back to the mid sixes, but that's where the moving average is here. And a couple key levels that we have, guys, stemming back from a couple months ago, they're right around $6.75, $7. So to say it could go down another $1 from here, honestly, guys, is not too far-fetched at all. It's really not. You can see if I zoom in a little bit, the high from the beginning of May was right around 690, I believe, right here, right? Yeah, about 690, boom. We held that in the beginning of May. We also held that point, or not held that, but we failed at that point in the beginning of May, also in the beginning of March. You guys see that right here. So that is a point where I believe truly we're going to find some sort of support. And you guys know, I've been saying this, SoFi and a couple other names out there, they got way too hot way too fast. And the fact that they're selling off right now doesn't mean that the fundamental thesis right now around the company with student loans coming back, refinancing, all that stuff, doesn't mean it's out the window. All it means is it got way too hot, way too fast, and it has to kind of let the dust settle a little bit and find the new floor, the new support for the stock, which I believe is not in the $4 range, which is where we were before we got the student loan catalyst, right? Kind of the light at the end of the tunnel for a company like SoFi. I think the floor is anywhere from $6.50 to about $7. I could be wrong, who knows, but I don't see this thing going much lower than that in the short term unless we get some sort of crazy event that nobody thinks of or, something out of the blue, right? We'll see. I could be wrong. Time will tell. But at this point, I'm looking at anywhere from 687, 750 as a interesting spot, let's just say, for SoFi. And like I said yesterday in my Palantir video, guys, I think it was the Palantir one. Either way, I like scaling into positions, right? When I'm swing trading, I don't like going all in right off the bat. I like buying a little bit here, a little bit there, nibbling here, nibbling there, right? And that's kind of the way I'm looking at SoFi here. If it comes down a little bit more, maybe mid-sevens, I'll nibble a little bit. If it comes down to 7, I'll nibble a little bit and try and build out that trading position here on the dip. So what do you guys think about SoFi? I mean, at this point, it does look like it is rallying a little bit. It's only down 4% now, and earlier it was down 9, 10%. So more than just a little bit, guys. We are seeing a respectable rally here. But like I said in the beginning of the video, $8.30, $8.50, these points need to break, and will they? I don't know. Time will tell. I do have my, I'm a little bit skeptical, right? What's the word? Yeah, skeptical that we're just going to rip right through there. And mind you, another thing worth mentioning is here on the 5-day, 5-minute, guys, we're still clearly in a downtrend, right? You guys see that. Lower lows, lower highs. So these levels need to break, and that's where we're going to start building momentum again. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe, and don't forget to get your free money from Moomoo, the sponsor of today's video. Link down below. Open up your account and fund it with at least $100. You get a free share of C3AI stock, which is exclusive to this channel, and you get 5 more stocks, each up to $2,000. And fund your account with at least $1,000. You get 10 more stocks, totaling 16 stocks, and fund your account with at least $5,000. Listen to this, guys. I got to sit up for this one. You get another free share of either Tesla or Google, guaranteed, on top of all the stocks you already got. So if you guys want some free money and you want to help out the channel, use that Moomoo link down below. And with that being said, cheers. I'll catch you guys later.